Hey y'all, welcome to the second episode of CEO Narratives. I'm here with Joog. His IG is JoogLife, and we're at his showroom in Oakland today. So show me around, tell me about the story of your shop.
Yeah, so this is my vintage showroom that I have curated in my space, my work-live environment. And a friend of mine that kind of curates some vintage Japanese designer and archive pieces as well, that I kind of have a friend that is a business partner who I work with. So I have homies here that come kick it and I just want to chill here, just come hang out. And yeah, other than that, the kind of the vintage aspect is mainly what I primarily focus on. Anything that I think is cool and stuff in the past that I want to incorporate and showcase. This is kind of like getting a taste in seeing what I like to curate in my closet, but it's an experience for people to enjoy.
Nice. You have people in and out kind of, huh?
Yeah. So usually, I am by appointment, so people who come by schedule and shoot me a text, and friends and family or even just mutuals that want to come check out this space and get a taste of my curation. So
Cute, nice. What's your favorite part of this spot?
honestly, just with what this spot has done for me in terms of just meeting a bunch of genuine and authentic people who have either shopped with me from a while or just new folks. And I've built a lot of cool and great relationships with that and met new connections and met a lot of new friendships. So that's been nothing but a blessing for me as a part of having this. And I'm a nerd or a geek for fashion, clothes and stuff and all that. So to actually be able to do that as like my job is a dream for me.
All right, how are you, Joog?
I'm sorry. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. Just wrapped up the first interview with Jaden.
I was there. I was behind the scenes. It was an amazing interview. No, deadass, like for real.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm excited to put it out. But I'm doing well. I'm excited for this new CEO Narratives journey.
No, for sure.
Yeah, it's making me very excited. How are you doing?
I say I'm doing fine. I'm doing well. Time is kind of just flowing by right now. I feel like we're already in February. It's 2024. I was like, I just thought it was 2023 recently.
We're at the almost tail end of February.
So, yeah, it's gonna be March soon, and it's just on to the next. I'm just like, I'm on go mode. I'm on hustle mode. I'm just event after event and just enjoying my time at the same time.
Nice. What have you been up to? Actually, let's start with your beautiful place, your showroom / home. Tell me about how that came about.
So, I moved in here in around August. So, I was always wanting to have a intimate space where I could have a showroom to present just like my idea of what I thought was cool. And to me, cool is just like vintage clothes and clothes with history and cool stuff that you don't really see nowadays. So a lot of the stuff that I kind of try to obtain and curate in this space is generally a representation of what I like and I thought would resonate with a lot of the people that would come and enjoy this space. So that's the coolest thing for me is, meeting folks and being able to do that. So.
How did it kind of come about? Like, have you always been into vintage clothes?
Yeah. So I kind of grew up thrifting, I guess, in high school, just shopping secondhand and always.
In
Fremont, Newark area, yeah, and in high school with friends, just hey, let's go take a day and check out the thrift, and let's go hit this spot, and because you never knew what you were gonna find, so it was always cool, just like shopping and.
It's like a treasure hunt.
Yeah, a little treasure hunt, and not paying too much to it, it was just like it was just a hobby, something I enjoyed, and didn't think I was gonna one day do something like this. So it was just
Nice. So in high school, let's talk about like your life. So so like high school, and like even before that, just kind of paint the picture of who you were as a child, adolescent.
Yes. Man, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's just I don't think give it much thought. But yeah, I say I grew up, as a kid, my whole life in the Bay Area. So I grew up in Newark, California, which is in the East Bay by Fremont Union City. For people who don't really know, it's like in the Tri-City area. Um, and my parents are originally from Indonesia. So as a kid growing up, they were from originally around Daly City, South San Francisco area. So majority of my life growing up as a kid was going back and forth to San Francisco from Newark, and even going to San Jose just because I had some friends and family out there, and being able to just grow from an early age until I say my teen years, and being able to experience like different cities and different ethnic cultures within the Bay Area, and I think that's something that's really special about the Bay. Yeah.
Nice. So in high school, you would still thrift with your homies and.
Yeah. So in high school, thrifting with the friends, and even just thrifting on my own, I think. So, and that kind of just grew. I'm sorry if that didn't really answer your question.
No, it's okay. No, it paints the picture. So what was kind of like your thing outside of thrifting and fashion when you were growing up?
Growing up, I loved sports. I was a very sports-oriented person, so I played basketball growing up. So from like sixth grade going into like high school, I was like had basketball dreams, like every kid, and yeah, just going with that and excelling in school, and I think fashion was just a hobby at that point, and integrating that with music and art, and just learning about the space and doing my research and due diligence and understanding that there is a lot of culture and history that comes from clothing, and so just kept digging with that, and eventually kept forward progressing and progressing.
So when did you like take this vintage shop seriously and like tell us about that journey?
I want to say around 2018, 2017 to 2018.
So like how old were you? Were you in
I
school?
was in school. I was just going into my first year in college.
Okay, where'd you go?
I was Cal Poly, San Luis Obispo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
A
So.
little down south.
Yeah. So I was there, and around like my first year of college, I was kind of doing this on the side while attending school and working too, off campus and stuff like that. And yeah, just started selling a bunch of friends. Before that too, when I had lived in Newark, I used to sell out of the garage. I had a garage, and I would do pop-ups out of the garage, and have folks come by and do appointments through the little, maybe like an 8x10 garage.
Yeah, a lot smaller
Yeah, a
scale
lot
than
smaller
this.
scale, and I was jugging finesse and just, kicking it, slinging out the, garage and kicking it with friends, and that's how I just kept meeting a bunch of new folks. And
Not needing to pay rent, none of that.
Yeah, so it was dope. Met a lot of cool people. Like Jaden used to pull up on me there, so that's how I met him, and now we're where we're at now in our relationship. So it's like
I know,
just this little butterfly effect of starting and being very humbling, just being able to see my growth in that. Yeah.
Nice, I love it. So you went to college. What did you study?
I was industrial engineering major.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I had a minor in entrepreneurship.
Oh, look at you. Nice. So tell us about that journey, that college, your college era.
Honestly, college, I never really, I feel like college for me was not my favorite. I feel like engineering was a very, very tough major for me to kind of grind with, as well as splitting that time and having this, so I was basically just going to school, and then on weekends I would drive to LA and sell, or drive back to the Bay Area, do an event, and I was always just on the move, and I would even pop out in my own school and, my college town. And so school was just trying to balance all that, and I wasn't really giving school the 100%, just because I feel like my parents kind of like put school on me, and it was just like, once I made it to college, I was just like, like this is what I want to really do, but I was like, I gotta grind it out. But at the same time, let me grind it out and let me do this on the side and just try to maintain and balance that. So and then COVID hit, and I took a gap year and started selling online and doing e-commerce through Instagram, and that's when the market kind of really blew up, and kind of just kept going with that. So
nice. So how did your parents play a part in your education and your thrift journey?
My parents, they definitely really pushed like school. I think it was very school oriented. So
You mentioned they're immigrants, right?
immigrants,
From,
yeah.
okay,
So I'm
Indonesia.
first generation. I'm the only child.
Look at you.
Yeah. So they, I'm to them, I'm their everything. I am their dreams, their expectations, their hopes. So it's like a lot of pressure, and then just the disconnect within the culture. Obviously, as they're older parents. My parents are much older than me. Had me kind of late. So being able to go through that kind of taught me to have a really tough shell as a kid growing up, and kind of just gave me that mindset to always just work hard and to always excel. So they taught me a lot, and were hard on me in school, and just making sure like you gotta get good grades, like do this, do that, and so.
So you were trying to do it all. Industrial engineering, your
thrift shop, and I've always worked I'd say a minimum wage paying job ever since I was a sophomore in high school too.
Okay.
So on top
What was
of
that? What were those jobs?
man, I worked at Shoe Palace. I worked at like icicles for a while. Rolling up, yeah. Went to a local ice cream shop back at when I was in school, and yeah, just trying to balance some other small retail jobs that were like a few months in here and there too. But I've always just had that mentality, just you gotta get to it. You gotta keep going and gotta keep grinding. So
Yeah. So did you finish at SLO?
I did. I'm basically
Congrats.
done. Appreciate you. Thank you. Yeah. I actually walked this past summer in 2023 finally after taking some time off and going back and forth to school. But I mean, just like this one class I got to knock out, so just to be able to get the 100% certification, just on my transcript and my progress, just like one class. So I got to go back and take care of that. It's always that one class, So I'll get that done. But right now my focus is this, because at the end of the day, this is everything that I want to really do. So yeah.
What's the thrift vintage scene like in SLO? So I feel like the demographic is very different in SLO than it is compared to the Bay.
Yeah, honestly, it's kind of cool to see the progression, because when I was there, like my second year, I was like kind of popping up here and there, and the thrift culture wasn't that big out there. And within the few years, once I started going back to school, there were kids that opened up a little vintage shop downtown, and
You're like,
yeah, I was like, okay, no, they're doing, it's cool to see, people kind of like getting used to shopping secondhand, because it's sustainable, and that's what I'm really all for. I feel like there's so many overconsumption of clothing, so yeah, it's a growing market now. It's getting bigger out there, and there's a bunch of kids now that love shopping secondhand there, so it's cool.
Nice. Were all your homies and like homegirls in SLO like, oh yeah, this is Joog, this is what he does?
Yeah, I guess you could say so. I kind of had a little community of friends out there when I was attending school that knew I kind of had a little business, and they were always, I love them for supporting me and always showing love, and through those connections, just always recommending their friends to come shop with me. So I appreciate that.
What made you pick SLO?
Oof. It was kind of close to the Bay Area, kind of close to home.
Is it what, like 3 hours away?
3 hours away,
Okay.
yeah. But it wasn't. I definitely wouldn't say it was my first choice for college. But it was a good and reasonable choice. I had wanted to go to like a UC, but it was the only CSU I applied to, and at the end of the day, their engineering program was really, really good. So I was like, why not? We could, save on tuition and also be able to be close to kind of home, distant here and there. So ended up being the perfect spot too. I feel like everything happens for a reason. So yeah.
Sure. What was your community like over there?
Man, SLO is very like it's not as diverse as the Bay Area, so it's a lot of I guess white folks, I'd say. Just and I was the minority, but I found a little community within the little Filipino club that I was a part of. Nice. So had a lot of so with that, they were like great friends and had mutuals from the Bay, and even just like that was like the culture I related to the most, was growing up with Filipino friends. So having them, it's like a family. So
you're not Filipino at all.
I'm not. Yeah.
That's so interesting. But you're like accustomed to our culture.
I'm very
and
accustomed to. I feel like Indonesian culture is a little. There's some foundations that are very similar.
Tell me about that. I don't really
cultures.
know many Indonesian people, so I'd love to hear about your culture.
Yeah, no, I mean, Indonesian culture, I feel like, is very respectful. I think I mean, we're the country with the most Muslim population, but it's just, I feel like the environment of how, you know, Southeast Asia was. So it's just like, not really like I say a third world country, but just like, how do you kind of say it? It's just like similar ethnic backgrounds, similar family tradition values, and just like culture in a sense of respecting your elders and you know, yeah. I think there's a lot to it, and I'm still not fully 100% like sure exactly because I wasn't born and raised in Indonesia, you know. So, but
Yeah, that plays a part for sure. Like I would say like I hate to say it, but I'm low key like a coconut. Like I'm brown on the outside, but I'm like white on the inside, which is not something I'm proud of, but I'm like kind of coming to terms with it because it's like that it's not my fault. And it's not like my parents' fault either. That's just kind of like how it went. But it's like it's kind of also rewarding like growing up and having that realization because then like now I have the knowledge to be able to change that and like not be a coconut anymore. Is that kind of your experience?
yeah, I guess definitely what you said is I definitely resonate with it. I feel like for me, I can't really put into words right now, but growing up, it was I had like this cultural identity, I guess. Like I couldn't, you know, like I'm not too. I'm also like Chinese in a sense. I forgot to mention I'm Chinese. So I'm Indonesian, like Chinese. So like I practice Chinese traditions and Indonesian traditions as well. And so it's like I've always had like that identity. I'm like I'm American, I'm Chinese, but then like I don't fully know the language, and I know bits of that, and so for me it was just a struggle of kind of understanding who I am. And for me, growing up, like the Filipino culture and the friends and the community I grew up with was like a culture that really made me feel safe, and I really resonated and felt like for me it was just like they're accepting and so yeah, like to me they're my aunts, they're my uncles, that's my cousin, that's my big brother, you know. And like for me, I'm an only child, so like I take those relationships and I'm very like I appreciate that with so much. Like I hope my friends understand.
Yeah, I love that. I love that you have a community of people who like take you in as their own. My cousin, who's like my bestie, she's also an only child, and so like every time we would get together for like family gatherings, she would be like, "Oh, like finally, I'm with like my cousins who are like my siblings and stuff." So yeah, I see where you're coming from in that sense. Is there is there an identity you more are like more accustomed to or like you more accept? Like like Chinese, Indonesian.
I want to say Indonesian. I think my whole entire mom's side of the family is still over there, so I've been back over there and I've got to experience and kind of spent some time out there to you know, it's a very humbling experience to be back in the home country.
Oh yeah, 100%. That's what I experienced in the Philippines too. I went there last year for the first time with my grandpa, my mom, and my siblings, and I felt so American there. Like, I think also like you know when you have your lashes, your nails done, it's like they know like you're from America, but very humbling. It made me very grateful coming back to the States, like knowing what I have, what I can have, and all of that stuff. Was that kind of your experience too?
I actually recently went back this past summer, a month before I actually moved into here, and that kind of was like a great reset. And like being able to go back there, yeah, it's truly it's a it's an experience for sure that I can't even describe.
Yeah. What kind of values that are Indonesian do you carry with you and have always carried with you?
I feel like my idea and my understanding of Indonesian culture as a kid growing up is through my parents, of their love to me and of what they taught me, and through the experiences that I've went back to when I've stayed with my family. I think the values would be just to work really hard. I think it's like a very core values to just work. You got to keep working and working and working. And sometimes it's not the best mindset, I think. I feel like overworking sometimes it can get very toxic, and um, but that's probably one of the main values. And being, you know, I think Chinese values too, being respectful of your elders, treating them with respect, and making sure to take care of your parents after, and all that. So, um, you know.
Are you religious at all?
I grew up Catholic. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So.
Has that played a part in your young adult life?
I definitely say so. You know, I went to, you know, as a kid growing up, going to get, you know, your first communion and all that, and
Then you really are Filipino.
I know, yeah, my parents, like, and then but we had a little Indonesian church community too that we would attend, so that was nice. But yeah, I did all that, and you know, got the confirmation, and yeah, I feel like, but as I got older, as a young adult, I think after high school and going to college and being busy with work and life, kind of started to fade as me, you know, going to church and things like that. But yeah.
So it started to fade, but with your business now, I'm sure there's a lot of like, or maybe some doubt or like kind of nervousness about the future or like where you're headed. Has faith played a part at all?
Yeah, I think now, even though I grew up Catholic, I'm very accepting of others. You just gotta trust that, and I ponder a lot. I love to daydream and think about the future, and I always, you know, what if this? What am I gonna do? But I'm just like, you know what? Just focus on the present and God and a higher being, and whatever you do, if you're a good individual, you're gonna, you know, just. I'm grateful for the position I'm in, and it's gonna take care of itself. So.
Nice. That's a good mindset to have. Do you journal at all?
I have in the past, and I kind of just stop here and there. I got to get back into it. Do you journal?
I
Like
do. Yeah. Wait, why? Why do you think I do?
I just think you're a very articulate person, and you very like
thanks.
I feel like you're very creative too, and I feel like you might. I mean, the name of your podcast and the name of your CEO narratives, like it's a very creative name as well.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And even, you know, having conversations like this, I'm sure you have a bunch of thoughts and ideas that you like to reflect on or inspired to.
Also, I don't know if you're into astrology, but
I know a little bit. I mean, you got to know. You got
yeah,
I, mean,
I feel
shit,
like everybody, regardless if you're into astrology or not, you like know bits and pieces here.
So
And
what is your?
So I wasn't ever into it, but then one of my roommates in college, my freshman year roommates, she was like, she's hella into astrology. And you know, like as roommates, you chop it up all the time about anything and everything.
Talk,
Yeah. And she's a Cancer, and I'm also a Cancer. So you're like,
No. I'm like, no, like what? No, like what does it mean? Like I'm curious.
So
So y'all twins, you're Cancers.
Yeah, we're twins, basically.
What? So go on. What were you explain like? As a Cancer, is there qualities that represent your Cancer?
Yeah, and I think I do like resonate with it. I think there's like bits and pieces of astrology that I mean anyone could relate to, but like when you use that information to your power, like it can help you grow as an individual. So as Cancers, like I guess we're like super emotional. Okay. Anyways, whatever.
No, it's okay. We gotta talk about it.
No, yeah, but we're known as like the most emotional, and we're like the mother of all like the astrological signs. So we're very like nurturing, and that's also we're like our thing is water, like our sign is water, and
No, I'm just
no, you're good. But yeah, like we reflect a lot on like our lives, and we're very introspective. And like as I get older, I'm like, dang, like I really am very introspective. Sometimes to like, not really a healthy degree, but like I say that to say like journaling really helps because it's like I feel like I have so many thoughts and like memories and ideas for the future, and it like it just like that game. What's that game? You know that arcade game where it's like a pinball? It just like goes all over the place. That's how I feel like my brain works. So journaling and writing stuff down, it helps me visualize. When's your birthday?
straight to it.
I'm curious to see if I know anything about your sign.
I'm a December baby, so I'm born December 4th.
Do you know what that is?
I'm a Sagittarius.
Interesting.
Yeah. So
I think Sages Sag men are like adventurous.
Yes, I'd say I'm very adventurous and
like
very independent
spontaneous.
and spontaneous. Definitely very spontaneous.
Really?
I don't like to think about stuff. I'm just more like, I
running.
think about stuff, like I'm always like, you know, in my thoughts in my head every day, but when it comes to just like being on the go, I'm like, shit, you want to take a trip down to LA tomorrow? Like, fuck it, let's go.
I love that.
You want to go on a hike?
You want to go
on I'm there. I'm like, fuck it, it's raining at 4 p.m. I'm going to still go on this hike. I don't care. Like, you know, like, just being able to
fun,
having like, I'm so used to, I don't really like having a set routine, I guess, and not like, you know, obviously I'm gonna brush my teeth every day. I wake up, I'm a, you know, what else? All that, you know, right? Like, obviously a routine, but like when it comes to, because I'm in this creative field and aspect of what I do, it's like I do different things daily, I do different things weekly, so it's like I love having that freedom to be able to say, hey, maybe I should take a break and take a minute to relax because I do this full time. Like, fuck it, let me go on this run. Let me enjoy. Let me go get a bite of this donut. Like, eat, you know, enjoy life for once, you know. Right. So, I'd say that's the spontaneous of a Sag, I guess.
Yeah. Nice. You're a fire sign.
I am a fire sign. Yeah. We're also, I guess, I don't know. I feel like I do know, but I don't know. Like I've heard about Sages and.
What have you heard?
Oh, I pull up my phone for this one. No, they're just, I don't know. They're just like.
You're very free spirited. I feel like.
I feel like okay, I don't even know, honestly.
You know, you're good. Would you say that your spontaneity, like outside of astrology, but just who you are as a person, that has allowed you to create your like dream life? Would you say this is your dream life? Or getting there?
Yeah, I'd say so. I feel like as you get older, your dreams get bigger too, and it's okay if your dreams change. I feel like, you know, when you're a kid, you're like, I want to do this, I want to, you know, and then you get older, and you're like, hey, like, I want to do this now. You develop a new hobby, you develop a new interest, and for me, I think, yeah, a dream life is just me going through the motions and being accepting of the fact, like, this is my only life, and I got to make the most out of this opportunity, and you got to sometimes just say, fuck it, you gotta go get it, you gotta go do it. And
when did that switch happen for you from industrial engineering in college to I'm gonna do this full time?
I think just slowly as school started to kind of trend downward and I started to take this more seriously as it kind of, you know, shifted. I think doing that and taking a gap year from school and selling, I was just like, hey, I could really do this. I could really, you know, and I enjoy this, which is the number one thing. So I was like, let me put my foot on the gas and let me just see where this takes me. And through the past 5 years of meeting so many great people and new friendships and people who support me and want to see me win, and even just the people that I'm going to meet, it's like I'm so grateful and just so blessed.
I love that.
And even relating to what Jaden said, just being able to be dealt that cards, you know, just knowing as a kid that living in America and like the sacrifices my parents had to go through as well. It's like, bro, I got to make the most out of this opportunity because some people don't ever get the chance to be able to do what they want to do, or even to just have the simple things in life and just having a roof over their head and being able to eat, being able to, you know, have rights. Like, it's crazy to think about. So it's like with all the things going on in the world, and it's like, bro, I'm just so blessed to even be alive. So, yeah.
I love that mindset. It's so great to have gratitude. I feel like that helps a lot. Is there like days where you are like nervous or question what you're doing?
Yeah, I feel like I've had some days like that. I feel like
In the beginning?
in the beginning, and just sometimes that's when I kind of know I'm overworking, where I'm like, you gotta take some time to relax. And I'm in my head a lot. I'm in my thoughts a lot. I think a lot, and that's why I should start journaling.
You should. I tell everyone to journal.
I think it's a great thing to do, and because I just have random sparks of ideas, you know, here and there. So it's like you gotta get them down.
My notes app is kind of crazy.
I bet. It's
like I'll have like a password.
Plus of just journaling. No, I love that.
I'll have like a password and then like 3 like ideas and then like a to-do list right after, and I'm like, oh my god, I think I have like ADHD or something.
Shit, probably all do.
Tell us about how you designed your place.
Yeah.
Like it's so well put together, and like I feel like
Thank
everything
you.
makes sense where it is.
Thank you. Honestly, I don't know. I'm very much of like trying to be a perfectionist. So sometimes even right now with the conditions of my space, I'm like, there's so much more I need to fucking do. Like, still empty. There's no artwork I gotta get put up, and I gotta get some more plants in here. Gotta move some stuff around too. But it's like time's just been flying for me. I've been working, events, appointments, so. But I think I'm sorry, I talk a lot.
No, this is good.
Spazzing. But my space, just how it came together though, I just knew like with this open space format, I had a little kitchen that was separated that I could kind of just put to the side, and everything past this smaller beam, I was like, I wanted to incorporate that side for the vintage aspect, and I thought this hallway was a perfect idea for my friend to kind of showcase his more expensive pieces and his pieces from Japan.
Yeah.
And having a cool little living and chill area as well that, and it just, I kind of, that whole month of August was just furnishing and furnishing. So I was like, I thought I was gonna get it done in a week, but I was like, because I'm like, no, I'm like, shit, I only got a couch in here. I don't even got food in the fridge. Like, shit, I got shelves. I don't even have paper towels. And like slowly you get racks in, you get hangers in, and I had a bunch of clothes I've been stocking up and saving up for like 2 to 3 years.
I was gonna say, like, your collection is so impressive. Like, it started around like high school. You started collecting.
I say around after high school when I graduated, when I started kind of taking it more seriously and finding stuff like over time, just buying, saving it, and keeping it, and it's a whole cycle, just recycling, reusing. I'm selling to friends. People always bug me, like Jane's always like, shit, it's in your personal closet, like let me get it. I'm like, bro, like I don't have even wore it yet. And then 2 months later I sell it to him. It's like, I don't care, it's clothes. At the end of the day, like I'm always gonna find something cool. So it's just like, I'd rather sell to friends. Yeah.
So when you're out and about, are you just like, what am I gonna wear today? Do you pick from all this stuff?
Nah, I have my own closet upstairs. I got hella clothes upstairs too already, so.
Are you like, damn, I have nothing to wear?
Sometimes
or is that just a girl thing?
Nah, I be saying that shit sometimes because I love clothes. So I'm just like, fuck, like, I wore this already. I'm like, I want something new. So then that's my spending addiction. I'm on Grail at night at 2 a.m. shopping, or I'm shopping online, and I'm like, damn, I want to buy some more clothes. But it's always a business investment for me that I look at it because I'm in the clothing business. So.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Tell me about that. Like, the business side of what you do. Okay. Like, do you budget? Like, how do you handle finances? Like rent, just being an adult.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
No. So. It's a lot to keep up with, but for me, I kind of have a system that I've developed over the past 4 to 5 years. So for me, I rotate and bring a lot of inventory in and out because with a showroom, and I'm also a seller at like a couple of my friends' co-op shops. So like in Haight Street, my friend has a vintage store called Haight Street Vintage. I have a little rack in there that kind of curates. So Santa Cruz as well, my friend, she has a shop called Virgo Santa Cruz. I have.
Oh, I think I heard that. Yeah. So they have like a lot of girly.
Some fam, a lot of cool vendors that curate a bunch of cool vintage pieces. So I have a few racks that I kind of restock every week over there, and I curate a bunch of cool stuff for that, and I sell out there. But that's for my budgeting. For me, that's what I kind of do, is having that to be able to sell when I'm not in here taking appointments, just to be able to work around my schedule, just to be able to say like, hey, I do need income to pay for my, obviously for this space. So that's something I do. I do events every weekend as much as I can. So there's like the Alameda Antique Fair, the Rose Bowl Flea Market in Pasadena, Rolls Royce Expo in Sacramento from some friends, or any community event that I throw every last weekend of the month, just so like, hey, like, I want to meet a bunch of new people and support the homies that throw the markets, and just, I just love clothes, so it's just like, that's what I do. But it's easy. It's like, for me, everything I always think of as an investment. So it's like, from clothes, it's like, as much as I'm wanting to buy it for myself that I love it, like at first I gotta think about cost and budgeting, and obviously having a set amount of, investing. Because to me, this is like my stock. This is my stock market. This is my, this is my
your stock market. That's cute.
You know what I mean? This is, because it's like, at the end of the day, I know what the value goes for. I know what I need to make, and all these numbers, like as far as budgeting, it's like all in my head. I'm just like, I've been in this game, and I'm just like, fuck, I got all this shit in my head. I'm just like, I don't even think about it. To me, at this point, it's just like subconscious. I'm just like, oh shit, I need to buy this. I know what it goes for. Let me pick it up. So,
nice. What is, like, I know you said every day is different for you, but like, if you were to kind of give us like a general, almost normal day in your life, what does that look like?
So usually I'll wake up in the morning and I try to get some physical activity in, whether I'll go to the gym or I'll go boxing. And then after that, whether I have either some appointments, if I have appointments for the day, I'll come home and take the few appointments. And twice out of the week, I got to restock the shops in Santa Cruz or San Francisco. So I'll make a drive out, prep some inventory that I want to bring out there. Because I spend a lot of time kind of curating those racks too. I want to, like give a taste of like, hey, this is my brand as well. This is what I love to curate. I hope you guys enjoy what I'm selling to you guys and showcasing. So, and as I do that, I either go out there and take a hike or, enjoy and.
Yeah, the Santa Cruz mountains is pretty nice, huh?
Yeah, nice drive, nice beaches. So, yeah. And other than that, just I feel like adult shit. Just I gotta cook. I gotta eat. Try to clean around here. And other than that, yeah, just try to enjoy my time too. And whenever I have a chance, see my parents and my dog, because they're getting older and they always want to see me. So yeah.
Nice. You're busy all the time, huh?
Yeah. So yeah. Other than that, and then weekends are my work days. Like people have the weekends off. I have weekends are like that's my extra chance. So let's sell. Let's try to make something happen.
So how would you best describe if you were to business pitch your curation of all of these pieces you have? What would you say to someone I don't know, out of the country? What do you sell?
What do I sell?
Yeah, just describe your whole collection.
So art, clothing to me is an art form. I sell garments that are from the past that have been taken care of over a time frame of 20 to 60 to 70 years, and a lot of these clothing pieces you have and that I have that people kind of see or that I kind of want to know what I sell is just timeless pieces that are referenced by a lot of brands that you think of nowadays. So it's just like an art form that is still a part of this recyclement of secondhand clothing that is still still here, and it's cool stuff that I think I like. So
nice. So it's true to
it's true to me. It's just stuff that I like, and it's I like what fashion has for a space for people. So it's if you like fashion, if you just want to cop something cool and cozy and stay warm, I feel like I have everything for everyone. Yeah.
Nice. A little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything, yeah.
I like that. I have a lot of friends that I met in college who want to start their thrift business, who are vending at, what is it called? Yeah, pop-up SJ, and they're doing well, and I want to see them grow, and I think they are growing. Do you have any advice for them?
Just enjoy the process. I know as cliche as it sounds, but just be a sponge and be able to be open to soaking knowledge about anything, and don't be afraid to ask questions. I feel like if you want to grow and you want to learn, and take some risks, and it's just a learning curve for everyone, and don't compare your journey to anyone else's. Take information and take what you can do with it and apply it to your own way of your way of taking care of things and how you want to approach your business. So, but at the end of the day, it's not a get rich in one day. Or if that's your plan is to make money, then I'm all for it. Go for it. But for me, it's nah, I love clothes. So if you really love clothes and you're doing it because you want to save the environment and you want to design and you want to understand why clothing is so cool and why a lot of people are wearing shit from 20 to 30 years ago, then do some more research and understand why it's a cool thing to do. Yeah. Nice. Aside from people saying, hey, you're taking away from the less fortunate when you're thrifting, but at the end of the day, people don't understand there is so much overconsumption in this world, and there's so much clothing that could last us. If we stop making clothing this year, we'll still have enough clothing for everyone to wear for the next 50, 60 years. I don't even know, maybe hundreds of years, I don't know. But it's so shop secondhand.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Do you pretty much all shop secondhand for your personal clothing too?
Yeah, everything. Nice. Even online, I'm shopping on secondhand platforms that sell vintage, or I don't think I've ever even bought stuff that was new growing up, even. Yeah. Other than your essential stuff, but yeah.
I like that because I feel like I've been seeing a lot on social media nowadays. It's you don't need to be rich to have style. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, you really don't. And I think style too is up to anyone's in person. Like, however you feel is your style. Like, you do you, and like fashion at the end of the day, it's fun. It's it's not too serious. Like, I don't people hate on other styles, but yeah, you could thrift the same pieces, and you could look like you're dressing like you the flyest person in the room. They don't know you got it at thrift. They don't know you got that further low. It's like that's the cool thing about secondhand.
Yeah. What's your personal style, would you say?
Man, I
With
love
your
wearing
Kanye teddy bear. Those are fly. Those look comfy.
Yeah, they're comfy. My little house slippers. I think my personal style is I love like a bunch of Japanese brands right now. So they have a great history of just when it comes to the foundation of how they approach their clothing in terms of producing it and designing it. It's just very intricate, and I love it.
Like what type of intricacy
I'd say like
do you appreciate?
I appreciate like the details when it comes to like the pattern work or the cutting and the sewing of certain shirts, and a lot of the designers from back in the day, like they push the boundaries of fashion, and it's like they explore these ideas that are rules that are meant to be broken, and it's just like very, very cool designs that are runway pieces you don't see, or just pieces where it's not ordinary, and it's just like, whoa,
It's like revolutionary.
Cool. Yeah, it's like I love doing research and understanding like like why is it like this? Why is it designed like this? Like
you talk a lot about research.
Yeah,
I like
think
that.
I'm a student of life, so I'm always wanting to learn, and I feel like that is what life is all about. It's just experience, and like being rich in experiences. It's not about money.
Yeah.
About having what you can obtain in this life, and it's all different for people. So.
Have you always carried that mindset?
I think not always. I think as a kid I was very hard-headed. Even like growing up, as like guys tend to develop their frontal lobe brain very later on in life. So, but for me, like going through my journey and working as hard as I did, I feel like I kind of developed a mindset earlier in my 20s, and then kind of just took that and just been in rooms with older folks, so just kind of adopted a mindset. Just hey, like real life shit is getting real. You're getting older. You gotta lock in. Yeah.
And figure out your real values and morals. Yeah. Have you had to like sit with those thoughts, or like did one day it kind of just like, you know what?
You gotta sit with those thoughts. I feel like it just kind of takes time, and as you get older, the next thing comes and the next thing comes. So it's just like you kind of go through this process. It's like, okay, now I gotta do this. Now I gotta take care of this.
Yeah. So this page is for people with multiple passions, hobbies, and interests. When the cameras weren't recording, you were talking about DJing. Can you tell us about your journey with that or your other hobbies?
DJing is something that I want to give a try. I have a lot of friends in the DJ community in the space, and I have always had a love for music. So I feel like I want to explore and just be able to curate an experience, and I feel like it would be dope to give DJing a shot. Yeah, I think I would want to explore getting into DJing, so that's going to be, I have a board that my friend let me borrow, and I have a DJ program set up, so yeah, I want to give that a try. But as other hobbies, love to box, play basketball, and just, go to the gym, and for me, like hiking, and just, I think for me is enjoying my space and enjoying my schedule, and enjoying what I want to do, and enjoying just peace and time to myself. So.
Nice. I like that. Very independent, huh?
Very, very, yeah.
Do you think in this point of your life you can fit someone in? Because you seem very I feel dedicated right now.
For me to have someone that would enter my life, it would take a very special individual, and I think right now I'm content with where I'm at and with what I'm doing, and if anything happens,
you're open to it. Yeah.
Whatever happens. So it's not me saying no for now, and it's not me saying yes, but trust the process to whatever the opportunity and whatever experiences that I'm going to go through. Who knows?
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, ladies.
What about you? I mean,
kind of same. Like I'm never like close off to the idea of a relationship, but like you, it has to be very right.
Very.
And I'm also very much so trying to figure out my life. And I would like a man with stability, but I'm also understanding that the men in my age right now don't really have that either. So again, it just has to be right. Yeah.
Is there like, if when in terms in coming to stability, would that also mean you'd be open to dating someone who's like older than you, that has a stability, who's you know, or are you just taking it as what it is and just enjoying your process and
I'm not, so like age? Like
does age make a difference in terms of stability, you say?
It does, but stability in like multiple aspects, like yes, financial. They have to be able to, like care for themselves financially, and also consider another person in their life, because to a certain degree I expect that. And then also though, like mentally, spiritually, like they have to be stable and know what they want, in terms of like a woman in their life, like family, career. They just have to be sure. But it's okay to not be sure, but like, I don't know, have a like a sense of a direction. Yeah, a little bit. So in terms of age, like, I don't know. I can't really date anyone younger than me. I don't know if that's an ego thing.
No.
But yeah, like age plays a factor. But if you're like my age and you have, like a good head on your shoulders, I'm open to it. If you're also older, not too old, because don't want any eyebrows raising. But like maturity is very much so a factor.
Definitely.
Last thing, what does the future of JoogLife look for you?
I guess the future for what I want to take the direction towards and kind of envision is continuing to grow organically, making very meaningful relationships and connections with folks who come here and enjoy the space and who shop with me, and just my friends, just further growing and wanting to learn and support and have understanding that there's other creatives that I want to put on for the community. I want other people to collaborate with. I want to just keep growing. Like let's all eat. Let's all keep going. Like let's do this. Like there's so many imaginative. There's very creative people. There's so many just like inspiring people from the Bay that, and you are having this platform, and I feel like you're going to meet a bunch of great folks, and you're going to be telling the stories of these people, and I'm excited for that. But I think for me, that's just like like doing this interview is like it's like who knows like what's next. Like I'm always like I'm excited, and I can't wait to meet new connections and very cool people that are going to make a difference in my life. So
nice. Just continuing
to build. Yeah.
I love it. Nice. Well, thank you for your
Thank
time
you.
and for your space. I love it a lot. Like, I would love to have a loft apartment like this. Well, yeah, I appreciate it, and good luck with everything. I'm sure we'll cross paths again, especially at your whoop-de-whoop.
Yeah.
If you want to speak on that, you don't have to, or just you can tell them.
No, we're trying to host a little community event here. Having a few friends that plan on spinning and having a event where we'll have people enjoy some music and some refreshments and be able to network and connect with some folks in here. So more details on that soon.
Cool. Stay tuned, y'all. All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
All right, guys. That wraps up the second episode of CEO Narratives. I hope you enjoy. And go ahead and plug your socials.
Instagram is at JoogLife Co.
All right. Peace out, y'all.
Well, this should be like a little extra scene because I'm gonna ask you.
Oh, wait. I like that.
Should be like, wait, what does Joog mean? I'm like, I think a lot of people. I'm very curious to what people think Joog means because.
I thought that was just like a
name or something, right? Yeah.
Wait, yeah, okay.
What do you think the word Joog means?
I thought it was just a nickname because low-key, I thought you were Filipino, and Filipinos always have like hella nicknames.
Yeah, you came in here, you just called me Joog. I was like, oh shit.
You know what's crazy is like I asked Jaden, I was like, wait, is that his like actual name? Like, what do I call him by? And I was like, oh, his name is John. I was like, should I call him John? He was like, just call him Joog. I was like, okay, bet.
Okay.
But yeah, I just thought it was a nickname.
A nickname, okay. So Joog is in the Bay Area. Joog for me was like sneaker culture. So Joog meant like a come up. It means like you're getting something, you're getting hooked up, you're getting it for the low. So it's like, oh, like you bought that T-shirt, it's $100, you got it for $10. Oh, that's Joog. That's hella cheap. Like you got it for low, you got it for the Joog. So that's what Joog was. It was always about that come up. So JoogLife for me was like I was about the come up life. I was reselling sneakers, and like from early on in high school, for out of job, I was like flipping beaters and doing meetups and just always hustling and like selling cards in 3rd or 4th grade. So I was always just trying to come up, So that was Joog for me. But that's Joog.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love when there's like intention and meaning behind things. I love it. Nice. JoogLife.
Yeah, people call me Joog, but there's a lot of other Joogs in the community, so you might meet them in the future. So there's a DJ named Joog Mac, that's the homie.
Oh really? But you're like OG.
Nah, he's nah. I got love for all the Joogs.
You're Joog Jr.
Joog is a.
You're Joog the Third.
Joog the Third. There's a bunch of Joogs in the Bay, so gotta show love. It's a Bay Area culture thing.
Interesting. Thanks for putting me on game. I didn't know that.
Yeah. I'm always curious though, cause I'm like people who never hear this say Joog, or like they just say it, and I'm like, I wonder what people even think of the name, cause like to me, I don't think of it. I'm just like, oh, just JoogLife. But other people, I'm like, how do you guys interpret? What do people think when they think of my name, when they hear that term, or when they see my brand? Like, what is it? What does that mean? What does the word envision to them?
Oh, that's funny. Yeah. That's interesting.
I'm always trying to put my shoes in other perspectives. I'm like, what do people think? So try to be mindful of that too. So.
My mom, she calls me Chug. Huh?
Chug?
Chug, like Chug.
How did you come up with that?
I didn't come up with it, like,
you was chugging shit, so she just called you Chug?
No. So when I was a baby, I was hella chubby. Like, I was super chubby, and my mom would like grab my like arm fat right here, and she would be like chug. So she would just call me Chug, and like my mom and my uncle call me that all the time.
Do you have like a long middle name?
No.
What's your full like?
My government?
Yeah, if you don't want to disclose that, like what's
I mean, it's already on socials, but Shelby Miley Solis. So I don't actually have a Filipino long ass name.
Miley is your middle name?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. My middle name is fucking random as shit. you wanna guess? It's fucking Mario. See, look at her laughing and shit.
No,
like, what
it's
the
only
fuck?
I laugh because you say like my middle name's fucking Mario. It's like you're not like proud of it.
No, because it's just like so random. Like I don't know how they came up with that. Like,
Mario. Have you ever asked?
No, I don't think so. My dad was probably playing Super Mario when my mom was in the fucking delivery room. Was just like shit. Middle name Mario.
You're like, oh, that's hard.
Forgot a fucking Chinese last name and the middle name is Mario. Is this full Italian? Was he fucking Chinese? What is this guy?
What's your last name?
Chang. So it's like Jonathan Mario Chang.
JMC. That's kind of hard though. JMC. JMC Life.
GMC Life. It's not like I'm a trucker, like GMC Life. Fucking love trucks. Yeah.
Man.
That's funny.
All right. Cool. Little fun fact of the day. JMC. Wait.
JMC,
yeah. JMC and SMS. We out.